Alright, guys. It is a big semi-finals with herO in the bottom right and... well, sorry, ByuN in the bottom right, and herO also trying to get as close to the bottom right as possible, proxying his first pylon and gateway on the other side of the map. So herO opening very aggressively, looking to punish ByuN, who he might be expecting to go command center first. And yet ByuN here, rather peculiarly, is going for just a barracks gas. And it's the barracks gas where he will not have 50 gas for the Reaper. So this looks like a pretty economic one Rax expand. Does he cancel the Marine to go Reaper? I think normally he does in this scenario. But let's just see. It might be one where he goes Marine, goes for a factory, goes for a second depot. But it looks like he wants to go command center on the low ground. And with how far away that gateway is, I don't think there's any way he scouts this. Now, I believe herO... was it on Sanctuary? Where he managed to... or Lockdown or one of these? I think it was Sanctuary where he managed to beat ByuN doing this. I'm not sure. It was one of these... maybe it was Lockdown, actually. I think it was Lockdown last week where herO caught him with this build. But, oh, if he sees the Zealot now, that'd be so good. But, oh, you're kidding me. The Zealot gets around. Okay, ByuN has to cancel this command center. He's building Marauders, which does actually help him defend because they're a much more powerful unit, especially against the Stalker. But he's got to very quickly cancel the command center and rebuild stuff on the high ground, does ByuN. Let's go to ByuN's camera, guys. As the units are coming in, how quickly does he react? Okay, it's on the minimap. It's on the minimap. He sees it. He sees it. He turns. He starts shooting there. SCV starts to run away. He's going to build a bunker on the high ground. Now, it's tempting because that command center is so far along to try and fight this. But I think it's almost always the wrong call, and he loses his Marine on the way home. Unfortunate there. Depot goes down. It goes up again. The second Marauder should be popping out there. Marauder's going to try and fight the Stalker. The problem is the Stalker can heal this. The Marauder cannot. And the command center finally does get cancelled. He's got money to rebuild. Look at that. He pops the Marauder on the outside. Is that on purpose? He's going to sacrifice the Marauder to take out the Stalker. It will go down. He's going to try and run it away from the Zealots, but there's no way that's going to work out. The Stalker, number 2, will come in and deal with it. I mean, at least the bunker's up, but you've lost yourself an SCV, a Marauder, a Marine, and that command center is quite slow to rebuild on the high ground. Meanwhile, herO's Nexus is on the way. I'd say this is an advantage to herO. How much do you think this is, guys? I think it's acceptable for ByuN. I think it's very possible to come back from here, but I do think it's a small yet, you know, quite noticeable, a small yet not insignificant lead for herO is how I would put it. Of course, if you lose this gate and pylon, that's always frustrating. He's even going to bring a sentry, which makes it even more awkward to move down and take your expansion. So ByuN's just going to have to chill for quite a while here. Lifts off his barracks. Starts building a reactor as well as a barracks on the tech lab. Very cute. Oh my. ByuN supply block, guys. He kills his own Marine so that he can queue up one more SCV. He's like, no, one Marine's not worth delaying my work account. He's like, long term, every worker matters, man. I'm not sure. I mean, I probably would never make that decision, but I think it's like long term, it will obviously be more worth it. And he goes third command center. Ah, okay. ByuN's like, yeah, this is going to take forever to get out of here. We got to be really chill. Funnily enough, if he goes down too early, he just dies because it's a 3 gate. So herO is very committed to keeping him on the high ground. ByuN's going to build a Cyclone. He needs to build a tank, and he needs to like put the tank here and very slowly move down. No Twilight, no Forge, no Stargate, no Robo, no tech whatsoever for herO. As he goes up the ramp, a bit of a crazy decision here. And he's actually focusing the depot, which is utter nonsense. Why would you do that? Is that to get the Zealot damage on the bunker? This is a herO attack if I've ever seen one. Guys, there's cockiness. I'm lost for words. What was he thinking? I mean, trying to overwhelm a bunker is crazy, but trying to take down the depot and then the bunker, is this going to pay off? I mean, ByuN then gets over eager, goes to the low ground, loses an SCV and a Cyclone. It's so cocky, but that's herO in a nutshell, isn't it? It's so cocky. I love it. I mean, I've never seen someone run up and go, yeah, I'm going to kill the 400 hit point depot and then kill your bunker. Guardian Shield is so good in these early fights, though, isn't it? Third Nexus and Twilight Council goes down, and it's on the gold as well. herO is planning to never give up this gateway here, this forward position. He's looking to drown ByuN in numbers. Oh, I think moving the tank out is very dangerous, but I guess he's got enough Marine Marauder to do it. Tank, he wanted to have it protected by the fact that there's no high ground vision, but now because the hallucination's there, he actually can spot it. Command Center is taking big damage. SCVs need to start mining this naturally. He's got to move down here. This is so awkward until he gets another tank. If he had the Cyclone still alive, he could push herO back. Losing that Cyclone, I think, might actually end up being a game-losing loss. It's just these little things early on can pivot into so much damage later because of how contained you are. You got to unsiege the tank and move it down, but he's going to get jumped on. Oh, he tries to stim here, but Guardian Shield is there. The tanks are sieging and focusing the Stalkers. Already a bunch of SCVs go down. The Zealots do trade themselves. The Stalkers and Sentries run away. And what a scary game this has been for ByuN, who I almost feel like should have floated his command center out and been dropping mules elsewhere. But he's got a blanket mules on this base right now. He's trying to push out. He's got to calm down. Charge might not be here yet, but it's only a matter of time. And with no starport, no medevacs, yeah, he's going to wall off. He's like, dude, I'm in such a compromised position. I got to chill. +1 armor and charges on the way. herO probing his gold base. I'd love to see herO take a 4th as well. herO should have seen the 3rd command center, right? Yeah, he knows about it. I think there's no way ByuN can really push you. And look, even ByuN says, you know what? I'm not even going to build a starport. I'll just go double upgrades. ByuN saying, I'm just going to chill. And the faster herO realizes that, takes a 4th, takes 4 gases, and goes for either Robo-Bay or Storm. Easier this is going to be for him. So let's go to herO's vision, guys. We're on his camera. He sees the engineering base. He just saw them. Yeah, he glances back at it again. He sees the E-bays, sees the gases going. This is a very turtled setup. And of course, he's thinking about busting it because it's herO. He's on 7 gateways. 7 gateways is way more than you need for this income. Oh my god, he's not ready! ByuN caught with his pants down, and the bunker's going to go down. The tanks need to focus fire the Stalkers here. The SCVs, and oh man, those tanks being unsieged. I think the Cyclone going down earlier just made it impossible to get down there. I'm obviously the opening was good for herO, but I think losing that Cyclone is actually game losing. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. I'm pretty certain that is the problem, because like it's just, if Protoss can just sit there like that and just like you can't get your natural up and stuff, it's so awkward. Whereas if you can push him away, you can start building a bunker on the low ground, you can kind of move down there, the tank can be the anchor on the high ground. I think it's okay, but hard to say. All right, guys, going to game 2 on Fear and Faith. herO at the bottom left, ByuN in the top right. And we were just talking about, like, you know, someone's like, only herO could mess up his whole attack and still come out on top, still win the game. And I was like, well, you know, yeah, he lost, I think it was 2 Stalkers, a Sentry, 2 Zealots when he went for the depot and then the bunker. But he killed the depot, he killed the bunker. So he got damage. And most importantly, it baited ByuN into running down the ramp with his Cyclone. And I think this is so classic of herO, is take kind of a sloppy, weird, overextending engagement. But then the opponent gets a bit excited and they kind of engage a bit more. ByuN thinks, oh, I can chase you off my natural, runs down with his Cyclone. And I think herO's technique can best be described as like tackling someone down a flight of stairs. And like you're putting yourself in grievous, you know, bodily harm. Like you could take insane damage. But I think herO's a lot like Nala from The Lion King, where every time her and Simba go for a tumble, she always ends up on top and pins him, right? They go roly-poly down into like the elephant graveyard and she just slams him on and she's like, pinned you again. Yeah, that's essentially herO. Like, he you know, a lot of people, they're like very defensive. They're like, they'll take a swipe, but they don't want to drop their guard at the same time. herO just is happy to tackle you both into a, you know, into some sort of death roll scenario and just hope that he comes out on top. And I say just hope, but I mean, obviously it's very skill-based in how he does that. Nexus first for Protoss. Love to see it mixed in on a 4-player map. I think Command Center first, Nexus first, both somewhat viable, especially on these 4-player maps. And ByuN's known for not really SCV scouting, but this is a double gas. So why would you go no scout double gas on a 4-player map, guys? A reactor. Is he just going to go like a Marine tank 111 all in? The probe keeps going in and out of the worker tube, guys. So these are the fallopian tubes of Fear and Faith, guys. Shout out to OmniSkeptic. Has a bit of an obsession with procreation, is what the rumors say out there. I've heard. The maker of this map, OmniSkeptic. He believes that workers, as the units that create all resource harvesting and everything, are the secret to life, and hence he thinks it's only fitting that they travel through the fallopian tubes of Fear and Faith. Indeed. All right, he's going tech up. Yeah, this looks like it's a 1-base all-in, hey, or at least massively committed 1-base attack. Now, do you guys think herO kind of catches on to that. I mean, you see a gas, you see a marine, you see a reactor. That in of itself is not too much, but if the probe doubles back in and sees no command center, that's where you really start to worry. The SCV goes through a journey through this tube. These are worker-only paths if you're new to this map, as is this little path here. That's a worker-only path. Nothing can move in and out of there except workers. Sees no expansion. Chat says, why do I feel hero's going Void Ray at some point? Dude, I wish. I love Void Ray against Terran. Oh, back in the day when you didn't get slowed down as much from the prismatic alignment. And everyone was just bad back in the day as well. I miss the days when everyone was worse at the game and strategies worked more. I'd always have a Void Ray patrolling the dead space. Kill the full medevac with it like 90% of the time. Void Ray into Colossus. Fun build. The only build I've done in recent years with Void Ray against Terran is Chad's Balls. You guys should remind me. I haven't done it in a couple years on stream, but if you guys want me to try the Chad's Balls stream again, it's really fun. You open with a single Chad Ray or one or two Chad Rays, Void Rays, and you harass with them. And then you just make like disruptors and you just try to kind of randomly hit them on the middle of the map from disruptors from all sorts of weird angles. It's a very fun build order. Not very solid. Oh, he's going to go for a little tank drop. The Marines are here. The hallucination seems to know something's up. herO is still probing. But he's got 3-gate Stalker production. And remember, when Warp Gate kicks in, guys, these are going to go down to 16-second build time from 27. The problem is it doesn't kick in straight away. So sometimes you're actually better off canceling these units and starting a new one to try and have it build way quicker. You can see this Stalker is building way faster than this one down here. That's taking basically double the time. I mean, almost 100% production speed increase is just insane. Oh, here we go, Stalker Sentry. Got to pull back. Tank Marine on the front doing really, really well. The Stalker Sentry, they're going to be fine if they can blink out and cut off the reinforce. The problem is moving down this ramp is a no-go. It probably should queue up charge as well. His gateways are protected in the back. He's not losing any vital tech, and he's got so much money. Burning a few batteries here is not the end of the world. The Liberators, of course, as they siege up, are going to be especially problematic. ByuN going for a very committed one base all in. Oh, if the tanks shoot the probes, that would be crazy. The Stalkers blink forward, the probes come in as well. And what a devastating dive. That is such a huge break there for herO. And ByuN going for the old 1-1-1 all in, but he doesn't proxy anything. herO does scout. herO gets away with the Nexus first, which is the greediest build ever, and I actually think it's the best build defending an attack like this. Where I think if hero's gone for like an early probe scout, he's gone core before Nexus, he has a much harder time. But if you go Nexus first, you've got 2 mineral lines mining so early. You've got Chrono going off both. Yeah, your initial first 2-3 gateway units are slower, and then everything past that is even further ahead. So herO there, I think, actually gets a build advantage and a spawn advantage. Cross map is absolute hell for a one base all in. All right, guys, herO in the top right side of the map there. Fantastic hold in the last game. And ByuN now in the top left. Unfortunate. I think he was really hoping for those side spawns, but it goes that way sometimes if you gamble on the 4-player map. Now, this is a 4-player map, but it's effectively only 3 spawns, so you can't spawn vertical from each other. So they both know that it's either cross map or horizontal spawns. hero's going for a more standard opening this time, and ByuN's going to go for a double gas to get some early momentum. I think SCV's being off minerals and idling by building buildings is quite expensive, which is why I'm more a fan of trying to adapt any sort of double gas build into just a gas first. I think the 25 seconds or 21 seconds, sorry, building the second gas combined with the 75 minerals for it, to me it just feels like a very big expense when you are on such a low worker count on the 8 worker start. Whereas you can see herO here, 16 workers on minerals straight away, and obviously you get that instant chrono. You've already done 2 chronos at this point. Your 3rd chrono, you'll see the way builds line up, is going to be available at the exact same moment the orbital finishes. So he can drop his first mule. You've already got your 3rd boost to worker production here, if you wanted to use it straight away. Normally people save that for the Adept or Stalker. And that's part of why Protoss has a really nice smooth opening. The other part is, of course, they don't have to stop to build buildings, which has always been a slight advantage there for Protoss over Terran. Zerg's the worst, of course. You lose the worker when you build the building. So it's kind of like the lower worker start, I guess, was meant to hurt Zerg the most, Terran the second most, and then Protoss 3rd, if that makes sense. But then you've also got to factor in Yeah, I think the way you balance that out as well, partially, is like you make maps harder to take expansions on, which favors Zerg, and then Terran, and then Protoss the least, maybe. I think Protoss struggles the most to take those expansions, and then Terran is quite aggressive. So if you've got hard to defend bases, Terran can profit off of that with their timing attacks. Probe does go down. herO working that advantage quite well. You can see ByuN here, still only 12 workers on minerals in the main, 3.5 minutes in. Protoss is already up on the natural. Now, mules do offset that partially, but it's just one of these things where when you see ByuN play command center first a lot, and a lot of people are like, why has he always played command center first? Just pay attention to how much more saturated his minerals are early, and then how quickly he starts saturating his natural, and you'll kind of understand the big economic differential for command center first. Of course, on the other hand, the opponent gets to play way greedier if you play command center first because there's zero pressure. There's no shield battery, 3 Reaper 2. Hellion coming in. This could do big damage, man. Second Stalker's just popped out, but it's on the high ground. It's going to come in and just fight the Stalker. Not a bad call. Probes are very good against... or Hellion, sorry, very good against Probes. Sentry's going to go down as well. You don't want to lose that Hellion. Ah, nice focus on the Hellion from the Stalker. herO realizes once that's gone, he's in a bit of a better spot. Pulls the Probes to try and block. You do not want to lose this Stalker. Oh god, now he's got to get the Probes to body block. Reapers want that Stalker so badly. I think jumping up the ledge is the right call here. He gets 2 more Probes. 3 more Probes. Oh my gosh. Dude, ByuN's getting crazy damage right now. Remember, he delayed his expansion a lot. He went for a very, very committed attack here. I kind of would have liked to see him keep these Reapers alive, because I didn't think jumping in the main would get him any more kills. And yet he gets 2 more Probes and a decent amount of mining time. Not bad, man. So Widowmine's going to try and move out on the map to intercept the Stalker run by. I think he should burrow right here. But herO sends a probe first. Ooh, okay, so he's already thinking about doing a counterattack. And that's actually really good for him. So having this spotted, ByuN's going to be like, oh, okay, pick up, move away. Once Blink is here, he'll be able to take care of it. But these Stalkers, oh, look at that. He knows. herO's so smart. But ByuN, quick eyeballs on this lad. These Stalkers also spot that Widowmine. Tanks building, second barracks. Raven will be starting up now as he gets out of the supply block. 31 workers for Terran, 33 for Protoss. Total of 10 workers, a Stalker and a Sentry. An excellent Reaper Hellion start, and that is why against those double gas builds, you are supposed to build a shield battery. He was just a little too greedy, was herO. Punished for it. Oh, has he got a Sentry? He's got no way of spotting the high ground. You can see herO makes sure he puts units on all sides because this is a high ground. It's a directional sight blocker. If he just had this Stalker here, he wouldn't be able to see out that side of the pillar, and the medevac could fly away. So good spread on the Stalkers. If there was a way he could attack elsewhere at the same time to punish herO, for having 8 supply left out here, that would be amazing. And of course, warps in a Sentry, energy recharges, and takes care of it. Now, herO's playing full warp gates, no gateway production this time, which is good for being aggressive. I think in this case, he just wanted to get that Sentry out as quickly as possible. Planning 4 gas on 2 base. Okay, this is herO. This is what I love about herO, guys. He's such a vibe gamer. I think herO would be really good at like... Oh, auto turrets come in. It's funny because like I've been playing a lot of other RTS games that I'm pretty bad at them recently, and I don't really know what's efficient, and I always get in chaotic situations and end up just doing things. And I find the most important thing is just prioritizing finding ways to win. It's not about doing the most efficient thing. Like, it's good to like study that and learn for like long-term improvement, but it doesn't matter nearly as much as just finding a thing that is effective in the moment. It's not about being optimal, it's about being effective. And I'm always impressed that herO can do this at top level PvT. It really feels like it's the opposite of what most pro players have as their focus. He's one of the few guys who can do this. Now the Raven is splicing into the temple there a little bit, but that's okay. Oh, Widowmine almost took out the prism. herO has got to be careful now. I mean, you got to build a Viking, ByuN. I know you need medevacs, but I just would not be able to resist. I'd absolutely make a single Viking after seeing that prism in the red. I'd be like, we're delaying the medevacs, man. Storm is on the way on 2 base, and you know what? He swapped back. Guys, he swapped back to gateways. herO's finally figured it out. The best Protoss player in the world. Oh my god, he actually swapped back to gateways. You can produce way faster out of gateways than warp gates if you're not planning to do an attack anytime soon, which he's not. This is such a better way of doing it. And notice he's still only on 3 gateways. Well, he's going 5. He doesn't really need 5 gateways. But this is huge. Good to see herO adapting to his position. This is one of those little optimizations that so few players have been doing early on in this patch, and it's nice to see herO adapting. He's still very wary to probe his third. Like, he's going to start doing it now. But this next fight is most likely game deciding, right? Third Nexus almost done. Third Command Center halfway done. Storm is really important. Widowmine drop comes in. That one goes down. Feedback will not kill this medevac. Will only do a bit of damage. Gotta be careful with the High Templar, though. Widowmine killing the High Templar would be pretty juicy. Oh my god, he targets the workers. herO not reacting at all, but at the same time, he's got a Zealot drop in there. He kills 8 SCVs, but there's a push on the front. Storm comes down. Probes are running in, not to mention Stalkers. He does just blink there. The Bio runs to the right side. This is one of those fights where ByuN could find big damage, but if his army doesn't leave right now, he's going to get an entire Bio army run down by Zealots and Storm drop. Oh god, Storm drop coming in. The Storm drop's right there, but I don't think that High Templar... It did have energy, but it wasn't quite in range. He's got to just stim and run. ByuN needs to try and regroup. Oh no, a tank railing to the middle. He picks up into the medevac, but it doesn't have boost ready. Oh, the panic is real, and I think ByuN's just taking so much damage here. And herO's going to chase him down with Zealot Storm. And that looks like this might be the series over, just like that. What a great start for ByuN. But of course, he committed massively to a 2-base aggression against the 2-base macro build. And herO found good damage afterwards with the Stalkers, danced around, shut down any follow-up pressure. And he's able to push in the Bio. One more Storm could be devastating. It is devastating. Another one goes down, and that's going to be that. The Archon Stalkers take out the medevacs. The SCVs go down, and herO all over it, man. This is really interesting because ByuN did win last week, but it was a very close series, and it was quite back and forth. Today, much more one-sided. So there's an interesting thing, because for those who don't know, ByuN doesn't utilize the 300 mineral command center. He plays exactly the same as he did before that buff. And it's still a buff, right? Natural, 100 minerals cheaper. It's like you just get 100 minerals in your build when you throw your first command center. It comes down a little faster as well. Throw down your third command center, comes down a little faster, but he often doesn't rush that third command center, right? Outside of that last game when he was in a desperate position, this was a pretty late third command center, but he's just been playing standard kind of tempo-based TVP. On the other hand, Protoss players have been getting better and better at using the gateway production to defend with less units. We saw really good gateway stalker production on Fear and Faith against the All-In in Game 2, and herO is still herO. Very dynamic, really good harassment, really good timing attacks. Great play for herO. He goes straight to the grand finals, where he's probably going to be matching up with Clem. GG, well played. Alright, guys. Clem in the bottom right side of the map. herO in the bottom left. It's the grand finals of the Pigstarcraft Weekly Cup number 92. herO opening double gas before expand. This may be a proxy oracle or something like that. Of course, Clem has gone 13 barracks, 13 gas. He wants a pretty quick Reaper, which on this map is good because the Reaper can jump here or here and then run straight along the south side of the map and then jump into their main base very early. And you might think, oh, why didn't herO wall it off? Well, you can wall off this ledge since it's the closest ledge, but then they can always jump in here as well. There's those two jump in points, so it's kind of hard to like fully wall it. And herO is going to go proxy oracle into Tempest, is he? This is a Void Ray Tempest all in. He's going to go, he's going to take the gold base after as well. I love it. You show herO a map with a gold base below his opponent's main, he will always proxy a Stargate here, build an oracle. I think he builds the Stargate probably here, and then Nexus here. So he's going to harass with maybe an oracle, maybe go straight Void Ray, I'm not quite sure. And then he'll build a fleet beacon and start sieging. Oh, he's not even going to take the Nexus. Okay, no Nexus. Just Void Ray battery, perhaps. You can build batteries there, which can heal up to here. Clem. Oh, first scout. Dangerous to wait this long to scout against herO. Let's see what happens. Reaper's going to jump inside the main base. The depth's almost out. Oh, hold on. Oh, this is good damage. Remember those Adepts, 3 seconds delayed on the build time for the Adept, 2 seconds for the Reaper, admittedly. Very nice cleanup there on those 2 probes. Reaper will escape. Has he got anything to defend at home, though? The Void Ray's already started. It's going to be ready in about 30 seconds. And that Zealot already getting good damage on the reactor. He's going to pull 2 SCVs. Probably only needed to pull 1, to be honest. And as long as the Marines are rallied to the open on the back, they will be able to push that away. Orbital's coming in. And does Clem realize what's up? It feels like Clem doesn't realize. Otherwise, he'd already have a bunker here, surely. He's going to build a starport immediately. Oh, Widowmine is actually maybe better here than Tech Lab. Oh my god, that Void Ray is going to cause problems. They're tagging the Marines. And he's going to take out 1, 2. I think it's worth taking a lot of damage to kill these Marines. Gets back to the battery heal. You see the way he turned around at the perfect distance to just barely get in range of the healing as it drifted? And he does start taking out all these SCVs as well. Oh, man. That's devastating. That's devastating. No bunker, man. Yeah, Clem just did not realize what was up. He should have built a bunker the moment he saw no Nexus, but because he jumped in the main, then jumped back out the front, I think he just assumed there was a Nexus, maybe. Should have realized from the double gas, though, just how committed this was. Zealot and Void Ray will take care of those Marines. You can see he's sitting above the factory because he knows the Cyclone's about to pop out. And with the Oracle and the Void Ray together, can they take care of it? And the answer is, I think they can. Yeah, the SCVs can't repair it. Clem has to tap out. A nice game 1 victory for herO. And was there time to build a bunker is my question, guys. Because after the Reaper jumps out, it's at this point where he sees it. At that point, the Void Ray is already almost out. And he's dealing with the Zealot. It's really hard. I think if he immediately builds a Widow Mine, it does help a bit here. And immediately throws a bunker down. So at least while the Void Ray is killing the Marines, you're getting the bunker up, and then the Widow Mine can maybe try and scare the Void Ray away, and you can get Marines into the bunker as they pop. But it's going to be tough either way. Great game 1 for herO. All right, guys. Game 2, herO in the bottom right. Immediately goes to the center of the map. Places a pylon. He's going to build a proxy gate. I imagine this is a proxy 2 gate, maybe? I'm not sure. Clem in the bottom left goes for a 13 barracks. And he's going to go 14 gas, so he's not going to be rushing a Reaper on the big 4-player map. And you can see their gas goes down right on 75 minerals. Nicely played. Probe goes to scout top left. Gas coming in behind. Does he do a second chrono, or does he save it all for Zealots? I think he saves it for the Zealots here. Pig, I've been enjoying your YouTube videos, even though I've never played StarCraft. This game needs monks. Indeed. Well, there is we don't get to see it much in pro play. You know, the Infestor, if you go back, I think about 2023, Raynor was a menace with his Infestors. It's like a monk, right? But instead of just going, wololo, and kind of going, have you heard about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ? Essentially what he does is it's like a big slug that Zerg has. And from underground, it just shoots a giant tentacle out into the brain of the enemy unit. And then for like 10, 15 seconds, they do whatever you want. Which is pretty nice. It can be game deciding. But kind of hard to pull off in an actual game without them getting gunned down. The lore of it is also especially fascinating. If you guys haven't watched the StarCraft's cardboard animations cartoons on YouTube, I'd highly recommend them. You know, like a battle cruiser is meant to be like a capital ship with like thousands of people on it. So how does that get mind control? I understand a tentacle going into a random foot soldier's brain, but you know, I believe it goes through an air vent in the cartoon and kind of works its way around the ship until it finds the guy driving the battle cruiser and then sticks the tentacle in him. Or maybe it was not even the guy driving it, it's like the officer in charge. And then even though he's clearly got a Zerg tentacle sticking in his ear, everyone still just copies his orders and follows them because they're geniuses, you know? Well, this is already a rough start for Clem. These two Zealots are going to walk right in. Who needs a wall off? But great Zealots. Oh, great SCV surround. Trying to pull back the weak SCVs. He's only lost two SCVs down. Will he lose a third? No, he only loses 2. 2 SCVs for 2 Zealots. That's a trade I'll take any day of the week. Now, this Reaper does take damage, but as long as he gets distance, the other Hellion and the Reaper can defend him. He can circle this base. He's turning to fight, which is a crazy decision. Most people would have just circled and looped around behind the mineral line, but Clem judged that he could get a few shots off, outrange with 5 range Reaper against the 4 range Adept, or 3 range? I think it's 4 range on the Adept, and managed to take it down. herO goes, well, that did nothing. I'm really screwed. And he just taps out, realizing, oh my god, I'm in a terrible spot. GG's, it's a quick series. All right, guys, both players trying to speedrun. Clem in the bottom right, herO in the top left. It's Rainfall. It's a bit more gambles on the big maps, the 4-player maps, the different spawn maps. We also saw obviously just the positioning of that Stargate with Rorschach. Rainfall here is the overgrowth of this map pool. It is the Daybreak, the overgrowth, the what are the maps in the recent map pools we've had that just get played to death? The Winter Madnesses. It's your Oh, what was the map? Ley lines? We played like 43,000 tournament games on ley lines during those 2 seasons in a row that had it. Rainfall is absolutely that map in this pool. And it's actually really good. I think I don't think it's boring or anything. It's just relatively balanced. The only thing that you got to think about is late game Terran's quite good because you can get your natural, your third, your fourth, and your fifth all in this very tight pattern. And then as long as your opponent can't mine these bases out and you eventually get out to those, Terran in late game feels really good. Because unlike these other big 4-player maps where the Protoss or Zerg player with map control can go mine out like 4 or 5 more bases than the Terran. And then they can also, as Terran takes their fifth, they get exposed and like they can't really defend everywhere at once. This map's pretty good for late game Terran Turtle, but I haven't really seen TVP go to that stage. Obviously, Terran has 300 mineral command centers, which are great, but most Terrans are very worried about Protoss outscaling them, especially if Protoss uses the new gateway production correctly. That gives them a real big tempo boost for holding a lot of the classic 2-base all-ins that used to be so problematic. I'd say herO's one of the players who doesn't use the regular gates that much. Like, occasionally he'll use it perfectly. Sometimes he'll even swap his warp gates back to gateways. But there's other times where he just, out of comfort and ease, will just be like, yeah, I want to make them all into warp gates straight away. And then he will sometimes die to a 2-base push as a result. So I definitely think it's, yeah, maybe Clem could get him with a 2-base timing, but the scary thing is because Protoss is also got the chrono boosts coming in so early for the economy. They lead in the early economy. Terran really struggles with all the time building the buildings early on. You can see, especially with these double gas openings, which I'm admittedly not a big fan of. This mineral line will not be saturated until about 4 minutes, which kind of feels crazy, but that is the way it goes. Thankfully, mules are very powerful. They do offset this a little bit, but for herO, it's, you know, can I race ahead, get control economically? And he's not scouted at all, but he did go Cybercore before Nexus, so this is probably the most middle-of-the-road game from herO that I've seen all day. Big, what was it like casting with Artosis? Oh, it's just... There's something about... It's kind of hard because I do struggle to pronounce everything when I've got a mask on, but if you don't wear that mask, the wet fartosis will smother you. It's really hard to breathe in that caster booth with him. Yeah, all those... I think it's all that rage diet of raging at the Protoss. I'm kidding. Random question. We love Artosis. Haven't cast with him in a while, man, but it's always fun. Artosis has passion, knows what he's talking about. I'd say his main attribute is wrapping up complicated concepts into pretty bite-sized packages, which is always what you want to do with strategy games. It's like you want to kind of explain things in a way where you're giving insight into what the players are actually thinking, what their struggle is, what the real actual point of contention is in the game, but in a way that a newbie who doesn't play the game can also, if not grasp every detail of, at least understand the gist of, get the vibe of it. 3 Reaper 2 Hellion going to come in. herO took massive damage to ByuN's 3 Reaper 2 Hellion just a few games earlier. I don't know if Clem saw that. He might still have been busy playing his semi-final, but herO has more than learnt his lesson. 2 gateways extra on the front, a battery, and a sentry. The 3 Reaper 2 Hellion finds no damage, and you see Clem finally has his main mineral line mining, but herO's natural is almost full. The mineral disparity, very real in this game, and you're going to need to make up for that with that classic Terran efficiency. Problem is, Reapers and Hellions, they can be very efficient in the early game when they catch a Protoss being too greedy. Past that point, very difficult. Trades a Reaper for an Adept, probably about the best trade you're going to get. 25 resources, favorable. You could save these units to be alive later and kind of run by into the third and kill some probes, but it's going to be a very delayed payoff for that sort of move. Terran player in the chat says this game is already looking kind of doomed. For Clem, it does not look good. He's got a lot of weight riding on this triple mine drop. herO's in the lead. Got good map control. Oh, and he's really well positioned to stop this drop as well in the main. Does go for the natural, which is actually the better case here for Clem. Drops one of the Widow Mines randomly out front just to kind of burrow it. The Hellion's coming in as well with the Reapers. Can he get a big boom boom? No, he cannot. And the Reaper Hellion's not going to find much either. 3 probes, mining time. These 2 of the Widow Mines do survive, so we can come back in again. I've seen Terran come back from worse situations, but Clem definitely has got to be, like, there's a scary moment here with the Blinkstalker counter pressure. Could be deadly, and he's not building any tanks. He knows, he's like, I cannot afford to go tanks here, or herO's going to outscale me. Because tanks, they keep you safe against Stalkers, but they're not good for much else. And they're very expensive. So he's trying to go straight to Stim, Shields, Marauders, Medevacs, like Marines. Thing is, if these Stalkers can blink in the main, he's only got a few Marines there. That's scary, but the bunker finishes just in time, which is good. 4 Stalkers enough to one-shot, though. Can Clem go in with a drop at the same time? He loses a couple of SCVs. Oh, only one, actually. Good pullaways. You can see, even 4 Stalkers are causing big damage. As I said, the hero's got a third up in mining now. Stalkers taking a little bit of damage, but they pick off a few Marines. Well worth their points. Reapers jumping into the main. Clem goes for mine drop round 2. And, oh, he gets a decent shot. He gets 2. The second one will take out the sentry, which is not terrible. This is technically economic damage, and you're not sacrificing economy as a Terran to get it, so you could argue it's okay, but far from the efficiency we were looking for in this game after the early game mining differential. Picks up and drops forward. Now, you might wonder, why would he risk doing that? It's because he knows he's playing herO, and he knows that herO would have F2'd his army home while defending that last move, but herO was very quick to reassert map control. Clem pays a very big price for that. Oh, he keeps retargeting. And actually, herO is the one who stopped looking, and he loses a unit there. The Stalkers just go for the bust on the bunker. This could be game. Gonna have to pull SCVs very quickly. Clem, a little bit too slow. Yeah, bunker's gonna go down. He's got a drop going across the map, but this is gonna be so hard against the Stalkers of herO. herO targets a Marauder, takes it out, does lose a Stalker for it. ByuN has to pull back. Double drop goes in the main though. Clem here says, I'm going to fight fire with fire. He's got to leave. He's got to leave. You got the recall. That's as much as you can hope for. You can't be losing the full medevac, and he doesn't just yet. But this Stalker is a herO. Clem wisely unloads. This Stalker's looking for the tap on that medevac. And not going to find it. Clem finds the Stalker. He's going to run away, though. Oh, these medevacs are going to die. Clem, careful. Oh, maybe not. He saves him for now. Gets himself a sentry out here. Widow Mines could get good hits if the Stalkers blink into that. But they do see it. Creep Rocks die over there. Kind of shocked me. I was like, what's happening on the right side? Third command center is coming up. Only a 9 worker lead, but the unit's lost tab is just way too bad for Clem. And he knows if he falls back, herO's just going to rush into splash damage and overwhelm him. But right now, herO's being very efficient at massing units out of regular gateways. He's actually making more gateways than he needs. herO, like most Protoss players, is not really used to just how fast these gates produce. Notice he's going to either get supply blocked or stop building zealots very soon. So far, he's doing a good job, though. Still floating a little bit of money, and his Blinkstalker micro is excellent. Oh my god, he just took out how many medevacs? 4 in this game. Another 2 just went down. Mine drop goes in the main, gets 4 probes. Stalkers and Marauders skirmishing, but the unit's lost time is just so far in Protoss' favor. He's all over him, man. Widow Mine drops are really good in games like this. It's a low-cost, high APM way of potentially getting a really good amount of damage for very little investment. Got that high potential, right? Which is what you need as Clem right now. You need that high potential. Focuses down a few of the Stalkers, which is exactly what you need here. Stalkers have been really good at gunning down the Marauders, though. Widow Mine could get a good shot. He actually targets the Stalkers, and they blink forward. herO knows he's got this in the bag. He's got too many units. And that early game, the 3 Reaper 2 Alien, it's a massive commitment, and it just got shut down. There's a Widow Mine drop on the other side. I don't think it's going to find much damage. Clem's production gets breached. Widow Mines take out a couple probes, 7 of them. Not too bad, but he's dead behind it. And that is going to be a lovely win for herO, who's not even warping in, guys. I've been doing this a lot as well. A lot of people are going, oh, yeah, but you can't attack with gateways. Thing is, you actually can. He was rallying zealots across the map here. If we rewind a little, look at this. He's rallying zealots. They're building every 14 seconds, so in terms of the effectiveness, it actually rallies faster than warping in units on the front. Obviously, the initial warping on the front gets there faster, but as time goes on, the regular gateway production gives you such an endless stream of zealots. It's really powerful. All right, guys. Well, this series is getting out of control right now. 2-1 in herO's favor. Clem moves out for an early proxy, but he's also got an immediate probe coming in, which is going to be building... Oh, no! It's going to be proxy versus proxy. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So we're going to have a proxy gateway over here against a proxy gateway. Oh, my God. I love it. Dude, I love it. Dude, this is so much fun. You know, guys, I've noticed recently it's been dying down a little bit. So what happened to the variety chance in Twitch chat every time we see a cool build like this? You know what I mean? You know what I'm just saying? I don't see the variety in all caps. Where's it gone, guys? We gotta be consistent here with our memes. To be fair, I don't think herO ever stopped building chaotic proxies in or near his opponent's base, but it does feel like it's higher at the moment. The chaos of the new maps, the new balance. This is going to be usually favoring the Protoss. In my experience, proxy versus proxy favors Protoss. Protoss actually didn't confirm what was going up. He didn't want to reveal the proxy, so he's pretending to do a no-scout build. And Clem's going to go proxy single barracks Marauder. Yeah, so they're both proxying and hiding it, assuming the other player's playing greedy. This is GG. I'm pretty sure Zealot wins the game, yeah? I could be wrong. I've been wrong in these scenarios many times before. He's so low on workers, only 14 workers. So it's concussive shell Marauders. Dude, like, this is such an early proxy Marauder, but, like, you have nothing at home. And one of the big problems you run into is recall is so good in these games. Like, sometimes you both run in and start killing each other's workers, but then the Protoss recalls like 2 Zealots and a Stalker home and fights with their probes and those units. And Marauders can't do that. There is no Terran recall. And that's sometimes what decides these games. Few months till Dark's back for the military, guys. Think about 4 or 5 months. Can't wait. Zealots are going to run in. Clem, does he want to wall off? Honestly, even if he walls off, I don't think he gets it up. Marauder's going to come in at the same time. This is about to get very, very messy. Now, he can surround those Zealots, but he's going to lose almost every SCV doing it. Pretty good surround here, guys, but very scary. Yeah, he just doesn't have the damage. And the Zealots are going to kill every SCV. Yes, he'll kill both Zealots, but that is such a crazy amount of damage. 6 SCVs already, and the others are so damaged, the Stalker can pick them all off. Marauders do go in, but the battery's there, and herO gets us surrounded. That's GG. That's it. The finals is over. Done. Done. My name is herO. Welcome to town. Clem, unfortunately, made a mistake in this series, guys. It's a technical mistake. Many people have made it before. herO basically said, oh, here's a little carrot. Do you want to step into Chaos Town, where we just basically, like... And Clem was like, oh, what? You know, like... There's proxy, the Oracle, Void Ray proxy. herO wanted to step into the danger zone. And Clem made the mistake of going there with him. And herO, he throws out these wild build orders. There's a lot of build orders this Clem build order looks good against. But not against this one. herO's build order does win there. And yeah, herO just, he's so hard to predict what he's going to do, right? Like, how do you ever predict what he's going to do? The chances of him building that gateway right there at the start of the game, pretty low. And Clem, unfortunately, seeing no probe, assumes, oh yeah, herO's gone to no scout build. This is perfect. And of course, those 2 Zealots come in with the Stalker, and that is just absolutely deadly. GG, well played. herO wins yet another weekly cup. Looking so bloody good. GG, well played. Catch you later, herO. See you next week.